Hey folks, it's Lindsey Hollister with SPS back in the building over at North Farmington for the Holiday Extravaganza Day 2. And we just had Detroit King, led by head coach George Ward, my guy sitting to my left, take on New Standard. And I know it's a huge question. Who is New Standard? Where are they from? Coach, you can give us a little history before we even get into the game about who's coaching at New Standard, the school out of Flint, just to give a little history about that school.
Greg McMath. You know, you look at the northern end of the state, you know, everybody knows Ice.
Ice is what
we call him, Ice. Greg McMath, big bro to me, hell of a human being.
Is he one of your contemporaries at the time?
Yeah, man, he's my guy, man. Been coaching, you know, he coached at Saginaw Arthur Hill. You know, Dart Tucker and all those guys, Pookie, the whole crew, did a great job there, and you know, moved on, and you know, he had a great opportunity. He pretty much, I thought, was done with head coaching. And then you look up, the opportunity presented itself. You know, the juices were flowing for Ice. And, you know, he called me a couple years ago. He said, "Gee, man, I think I'm about to do something." And you know, we got a school opening up in Flint, which is not far from, you know, his roots in Saginaw. And lo and behold, he got a lot of those Flint youngsters playing like Flint and Saginaw youngsters.
They competed to the end. That's what we were talking about.
They were going to do that. I knew that from the beginning. If he had to play, they was going to play hard. You know, they was going to play. So, good opportunity for our guys, you know, finishing, you know, the game with a bunch of young guys on the floor, you know, having a battle against a tough team like that. Well coached, well disciplined. They was going to play hard. So it was good for us, and I hope it was good for New Standard as well.
No, it was good. It was good to be able to get them out there and people learn about them as we get set with that. Tell me how you feeling about the season, where you at right now. Give us
6-3 right now. Not a lot of complaints other than, you know, 9 games through, you're looking at it and saying, you want to finish games a little bit better than what we did today. You know, although we, again, 2 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and a junior on the floor.
That's some size, though, man. I saw some big fellas coming out.
Yeah, but, you know, they haven't been with us. You know, they haven't been with us. One is a 9th grader, Tyler Hunter.
He's a freshman?
Number 33 is a freshman.
And 6 what?
6 foot 8.5, 6'9" inches tall. So he's going to be a monster, you know. So, you know, you want to give him reps as much as you can. And he came to us literally as a novice.
Yeah, sure.
You know, nobody knew about him.
People said nobody's working with him. And he can
you know, his mom is doing a heck of a job, but you know, she doesn't know. You know, and he wasn't really interested as you would have figured he would have been at an early age, and now he's starting to get a taste of it. And I can tell you, he's got a great touch, 15 feet down. He can rebound the basketball. Good footwork now. Now, with him being a novice, he just rushes through everything. So all of our development work, we're going 1,001, 1,002. Now go. 1,001, 1,002. Now you go.
He'll forever have that.
He will forever have it, because, again, there's no need for him to rush. There's no need for him to rush, and that's the one thing that we try to teach all the young guys. And, you know, everybody wants big guys and all of that, but unfortunately, very few people know how to officiate them, and very few people know how to coach them. You know, so we just try to make sure that he understands he has to take his time, get a strong base. He's already tall. You don't have to be tall. Sometimes you got to get lower and get wider. So he's understanding all of that, but when he gets it, listen to me, my man, he's going to be something special.
This is the time in the show where you can take a drink real quick.
Oh, yeah, got to do that, man.
And I like what you got right there, man. Can we get them from Amazon? What's going on?
Man, you know what? I'm gonna do it like this because I don't need Ralph's picture showing. I want.
Hey, he's over there watching this right now.
It's my man, though. My best friend was 14 years old, man. Hey, but guess what? Hey, he don't need to be seen on this. But no, the State Champions podcast, man. You know what we've been doing. We're doing exactly what you do, man. Just trying to, you know, illuminate some of the good things in our community, and trying to make sure that we try to educate our people as much as we can. You know, State Champions, obviously, it kind of symbolizes what Key and I was and what our crew, what we were able to do at Cooley High School as far as being champions in the state of Michigan for 3 consecutive years. But that is just the name, because it's not about sports. You know, it's about, we talk about sports, you got to have that conversation, but we talk about life, and we try to talk about everything. I already know it. I know what he's doing.
I wasn't looking at
I know what he's doing. When you hear the crowd go like that, baby, the fans are being satisfied.
Well, here's the thing also. I want to comment on your last show. Oh, my goodness, man. It was the reunion show. You brought everybody back. You even had the media from that time.
Yeah, Mick McCabe. Yeah, Mick McCabe there.
I saw McCabe get up in there.
Mick McCabe was on the show. He wasn't just in the building, he was on the show. Wasn't that amazing?
To give his perspective.
And for him to remember all of those things, and Kelsey to remember, I can remember those conversations and just remember, so many times that we were counted out. It just kind of gives me chills. The first time I ever talked to Mick was after the semifinal game of my senior year. We had defeated Southwestern. And, I had done what I was able to do to kind of spearhead a victory in the last quarter or so. And I remember sitting there talking to him. And I remember sitting down talking to him, and he had said that we were going to lose. And I said to him, I told you we weren't scared.
Wow.
And we sat down, man, and I talked to him, and that was my first real interview. And I felt like I did a decent job because I used to practice being Dr. J when I was a kid, man. Yeah, the doctor, man. I loved being in front of the camera, man, as a kid because I was in front of the mirror and just practicing. So I'll talk to Mick, and to see him back all of these years later, remembering, and for him to have enough respect for us and what we did.
Yeah, to come out front and do that. Tell me this, as you stay on that, what does your show mean to your peer group, the guys that have been with you all the time?
Wow.
What does it mean?
It's amazing because, to a man, I can tell you this, Raph is kind of a research guy, and 7-8 years ago, Raph said, man, we need to do a podcast. 7-8 years ago. I'm lying. Probably 9-10 years ago. He said, man, that's the new wave. Everybody is doing podcasts. It's going to be the thing. And I'm thinking, nobody want to hear us talk, man. But my mother, before she passed, my mother was listening to Tavis Smiley one night. So at about 11:30, 12 o'clock one night, my mother called me on the phone. And she said, cut your TV on. And I'm thinking like, Mom, she said, look at Tavis Smiley. I said, Mom, I'm familiar with him. I've watched him. She said to me, and I'll never forget this, she said, you're better than him. And I'm thinking to myself, like, come on, man. I'm just starting to coach basketball. Kelso said I was going to be coaching. I didn't want to do that. So those two people kind of saw something in me that I didn't necessarily see myself. I didn't want to see in myself. I thought I was going to be doing something else. So when you look at the podcast, what Raph and I have done, and our peers are saying, hey, man, y'all keep this thing going.
Yeah. I would imagine.
So we started getting merch, man, because people started asking for. We got coffee cups and everything now, man. T-shirts, sweatshirts.
Is there a way they can get it?
Yeah, you can contact us, via our Facebook page, State Champions Podcast, and Instagram, SCP. So we're doing our thing, and the one thing I said we want to do with all the turmoil and everything that's going on in our community, and it's amazing that you the foundation. Everybody see you at sporting events, but your mental health education is the core of what you do.
Absolutely right.
And I think for us, as we look at our teenagers becoming more and more violent, statistically, crime, murder, homicide has gone down in the city of Detroit, but it's totally increased amongst the demographic of young black males between the ages of 13, 18 years old. Wow. 13, 18 years old. Wow. That's amazing. So you were an athlete, Henry Ford High School, City of Detroit, has done a great job for yourself, highly educated.
I knew that was you before I even turned around.
Hey, man.
Lamonte Stone in the building.
Hey, man, they go Big Cheeks and Stone, man. Hey, if I could have got... Man, why the hell are they sitting by me, man? I couldn't get neither one of their sons. And these are my guys, too. Now, listen. I got pictures. When Cheeks go to the league and Stone go to the league, I got pictures on my phone when they were little guys, man, working with me. I'm talking literally little guys. Man, y'all get away from me, man, because I don't know what y'all about to do. No, hey.
It's okay.
Hey, I don't know what y'all about to do, man. Cheeks got his J's on and everything, man. I'm scared.
Get them. So they come to tease you.
That's right. They come to tease me.
But you talk about this particular demographic and what that means.
Yeah, man. So we, for what we see every day, and I see our young boys are becoming more and more emotional. Every single day I see our moms not know how to deal with these young men. I see our young women are so angry, so hurt. And now they're in a position where they're becoming more and more violent as well. Our young women, man, you and I both have daughters, man, and the love that you bestow upon your baby and she reciprocates that love, the same with me, is because of that love. And oftentimes our young ladies aren't getting that. So we try to make sure that we have those conversations that everybody's not willing to have.
This and getting into the minds of you guys. Is it the current event, or do you kind of project out a little bit when it comes to the topics and whatnot, or sometimes the headlines?
Headlines. Our next topic It's crazy.
Okay.
It's going to be the funding court and how child support has impacted the black community. Funding court, child support, how it has impacted the black community.
And the comments going to be strong.
The comments and the engagement is going to be strong. And again, we try to talk about things that everybody talks about, at the water cooler in their basements, but they don't feel really comfortable enough to have a conversation open. One of the conversations we had with one of your guys, Dr. Carl Taylor, as you can remember, the topic, it was 2 parts: the emasculation of the black male. So you can catch us on YouTube, you can catch us on Instagram, you follow us, hit the like buttons, man, subscribe to what we're doing. And again, it doesn't cost you a thing. We just want to continue to educate our people and recognize that. Let's think about how we're going to look in 15 to 20 years. Let's look at how we're going to look in 10 years. Let's look at it, futuristically, and see how we're going to look if we don't make a change. And we're just trying to be the voice of reason, the voice of change. And again, we're the podcast for the people and other people, man. It's all about that.
Hey, and let me say this public. Y'all intro so cold.
No, they ain't trying.
No, I'm not playing. Y'all intro.
The champ is here.
And it's just like y'all come in like we here.
Yeah.
So it's cold-blooded.
Man, I appreciate it, man. Our producers, man, Elijah Baycott, Blaylock, and Quincy Smith.
Okay.
They do a great job, man.
Y'all behind the scenes.
Man, I'm talking about they make this thing roll. And again, Ralph calls me, man, sometimes 6, 7 in the morning. Hey, man, I'm just looking at something. I'm reading this, man. We need to check this out. And that's what we do, man. So again, I love coaching basketball. I love impacting these families. It's bigger than coaching basketball. I'm coaching families. Oftentimes I'm teaching these moms and dads how to rear their sons. This thing that people see me on the sidelines, I'm thinking like, man, he get after it. No, I get after it about life.
Yeah, I know you do.
And athletics is a microcosm of what we do in our everyday lives. Are you willing to fight for your people? Are you willing to give up? The black man oftentimes, the easiest thing for us to say sometimes is forget it.
Oh, clearly.
We've done that. So to teach these young boys that forget it is not even an equation. It's not a possibility. You can't quit.
Right. The things you point to now is it. George, I want to get us back. I want to catch some of this we got going on.
Yep.
Give me some other little quotes and kudos and shout outs before we let you go. I know you got some good things to share.
Man, you know what? As we enter 2024, the end of 2023 has been rough on all of us. So just shouting out the people that supporting everything that we do in our community, the positive people that's out here for our young people. It's out here for our elderly people, man. Oftentimes we talk so much about our youth, but we forget that we've neglected our elderly.
Yeah, we do look past that.
So we have to do a much better job, man, because, as young people, there's a role reversal. You and your mom, just an amazing relationship. But you've realized, and she's realized that you're a man now. And sometimes you have to not tell her what to do, but offer her some suggestions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We do all the time.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Once a boy becomes 13, 14 years old, his mind is really starting to develop, and his understanding of his responsibility to his family starts to become paramount.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is amazing, man. So shout out to all these young men, man, and young women that are participating in high school athletics, because we recognize that so many of them can be doing so much other stuff out here, right?
Such a huge foundation for them.
Yes.
Who you got up next?
We've got tomorrow. We got Sterling Heights Stevenson.
Okay.
And we're gonna look to keep this thing rolling. A lot of our guys got some rest tonight because I wasn't pleased with the way they were playing. So hopefully, that those nice padded seats that North Farmington has, taught them something, and then we can be ready to go tomorrow.
Great Bobby Knight said, "Ain't no type of motivator like that bench."
No type of motivator, baby, but that bench, nothing. So if this don't motivate them, they ain't gonna motivate on nothing. So we'll see.
Well, out of all the things you shared, sharing what your mother said to you gives me more insight on how you're grounded and why you do what you do and why you're going to continue to do what you do, and ain't going to be no stopping.
But we don't have a choice, though, bro. We don't have a choice. It's an opportunity to do what you do, but you have an obligation to do what you do. It's an opportunity, yes.
Everybody don't want the obligation.
So what, though? That's what separates you from a lot of people. Oftentimes, man, people walk around talking about they're men and all that, but, men are uncompromising to a certain degree. They're unwavering in the way they think, and they don't conform to what everybody else say they need to do for the better of the good.
Be on their own.
You know, my mother and father called me Kenny Cockrell when I was a child. I'll never forget it. So as I got older, once I got to be about 8, 9 years old, I'm trying to figure out who was Kenny Cockrell, because they always said it. So once I saw Kenny Cockrell Jr., as I got older, I really started to dive into the research. Well, he was the Johnny Cochran of Detroit in the early 70s.
He did some major things.
He did some major things, man. So when I look at
for his son a bit.
what you talking about? What you talking about? So, you know, they saw something in me. I guess I was Michael Evans, so to speak, of good times, and they saw something in me, man. So I just try to make sure that I don't utilize this platform to just talk about some damn ball that we can dribble and put through a hoop.
You definitely expand the thing. I appreciate the call on the health piece too.
Come on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
it. No, you my man. This ain't basketball.
Yeah.
It's bigger than that.
I appreciate that, and the fact that we can talk about it more, and that's another thing we're doing. We got some more things we can talk about going forward. I appreciate you. We'll let you get back to it. We'll catch this Trey McKinney.
Yeah, Trey McKinney, big fella, Alexander Wello. You know, this amazing. Today you started it out with Nick Hopkins.
Yeah.
He's like my nephew. His father's my brother, Reverend Ronald Hopkins. Ron Hop, we used to call him Ron Hop, and then Reverend Ron, and he was a preacher. His son out here today did a great job for Wall Lake.
He did.
And then today you close it out with Alexander Wello, who's got coolie blood through him because his father is Omar Wello.
Oh, wow.
So, hey, you know, I wasn't blessed enough to get him, but, man, I'm blessed to be able to watch these guys.
He's still pouring to him.
Oh, ain't no question about it.
George Ward.
Lindsey Hudson, man. Cut it out.
We're doing it. And I appreciate you. We'll keep going forward. Support these guys and the State Champs podcast and everything they got going on. And with that, we'll see you next time.
Peace. One love.